Introducing the new Verizon Business Unlimited plans. For as low as $30 per line with AutoPay, get 5G nationwide, plus massive data capacity, plus spam blocking features. Plus, mix and match the right plans for your business. Get more of what you need, none of what you don't. From Verizon, the network businesses rely on. 5G nationwide available in 1,800 plus cities on most VZ 5G devices. Monthly per line pricing with 5 plus lines on Biz Unlimited Start, device payment, smartphone purchase. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. Terms apply.
You're listening to Cleveland and Beyond with Andy Billman and Jared Watson. Brought to you by Evergreen Podcasts.
And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. He's Andy Billman. I'm Jared Watson, and this podcast is brought to you by Waiting for Next Year. Check out original Cleveland sports reporting at waitingfornextyear.com. Also, we are part of Evergreen Podcast. Well, let the J.J. Watt watch begin. He was released on Friday, and the Browns are rumored to be in the discussion for J.J. Watt. And according to a couple of the betting folks out there, the odds are in the Browns' favor at this point. Seriously, he's looking to possibly come to Cleveland. We are going to discuss that. We're also going to chat about Richard Sherman rumors. I don't know how I feel about that. Odell Beckham Jr. Rehab and the latest with him. David Njoku saying some weird stuff once again on Jim Rome. And for everyone who wanted Andre Drummond out of Cleveland, I don't know how many people there were who wanted him out. I know that Andy and I don't really know what the hell the Cavs are even doing right now. Well, your wishes are going to be granted because Drummond's just sitting on the bench waiting to be traded. That's what's going on with the Cavs right now is they've dropped 8 straight, a weird one with the Warriors and those. I still can't stand Draymond Green. Not that that's ever going to change, Andy, but that's just something that drives me up a wall. That guy needs to keep Cleveland out his mouth. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Love to Dallas trade rumors. Those things are starting to pick up some speed there too. Andy, I don't even want to talk Cavs, but we're going to have to later on in the show.
We got to talk Cavs.
I don't want to talk Indians either, but we're going to talk Indians.
Oh, yes, you do.
Anyways, let's start the show with the J.J. Watt rumors in your
Cleveland Browns.
Javius, what's up? Damian, what's up?
What's going on, folks? Thanks for tuning in already.
What's up, good people? Javius says on Facebook. Put your up there. You're quotable. And then Damian, good friend of all of our pages.
Yeah.
200 odds for Watt to land in Cleveland.
I saw one actually.
Yes. We're going to start off with the Browns because we should. I'm going to allude to the Cavs and swing it back to the Browns.
Okay.
What is going on? Hi, Carpet Smith Cleaner. I believe that's EJ. I believe that's EJ.
Yep.
Love the new designs. Give him a plug. For people who need carpets cleaned in Youngstown, go to Carpet Smith Carpet and upholstery cleaning.
Yes, do that.
I'll be expecting my fee, EJ, in my bank account. So the website was on the business. That's okay, EJ. We love you. Anyways, let's go. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm delaying. The Cavs, real quickly, and then we'll go to the Browns. What's going on with the Cavs is very sad because we all kind of figured they'd be in one of these kind of moments from beginning to end, but they did a good job coming out of the box hot. Saw some things that gave us promise and hope. I will say, I think all that has been flushed with one moment when Jared Allen and Sexton got into it on the floor with Curry, Draymond, and others laughing. That hurt. I agree with Jared. I can't stand the fucking Warriors. They are in Bronco territory for me as a kid growing up. It is that bad. Right. I hate the Warriors more than I hate the Cubs. And we beat the Warriors. And I hate the Warriors. I just do.
Right.
But let's go. We're going to get there. I think it's very important to talk about the Cavs because I think the Cavs are about ready to go into the abyss desert of no one gives a shit. And they are heading there quickly. So I think we should talk about them before they hit that land, because once March comes around, as I've said many times, I'll say it again, I think that's when college basketball takes over. Even during a pandemic, I don't think that's going to change.
I feel like we're a long way from that Colin Sexton article that he wrote for the Players Tribune. I feel like we're way past that. Was the Players Tribune? That's what it was, right?
Yes.
Yes.
To Javius's comment, they said KPJ was it cancer? Was it chemistry? There was a great article today in The Athletic by Jason Lloyd, and he talks about that, and we're going to talk about that. I think that's a very fair point. Jared and I talked about that offline yesterday, and I'm going to get into it because it is becoming. It's like they say, it's in the water. So let's go to the Browns, though. What's going on with J.J. Watt today, reported by Mary Kay Cabin and Cleveland.com, is exciting. Rumors are getting serious. The odds, as Jared has mentioned, are changing. It sounds like Damien's on to the point where it's negative 200 odds from Watt to land. It is heading in that direction. And I was going to talk about this, and even before the report came out, and saying the Browns make a lot of sense. I know we're Browns fans here, but it makes a lot of sense. A, the cap room. B, for what the Browns have ahead. And C, the excitement of having someone of your caliber like Myles Garrett on the other end of the line, I think makes a lot of sense for J.J. Watt. I am so pro this move. I think this is the move. I think it is. You cannot double team Watt and Garrett. You can't.
No.
You can't. You can't do it. And if you do, you're going to get burned by Sheldon Richardson and Billings. So you are heading down the road of causing trouble. Like, remember how we talked about all year, the offensive options for the Browns. What are they? How do you stop this? If you bring in J.J. Watt, you now have that option of, like, when you bring in the two-headed monster of Hunt and Chubb, you're now bringing the two-headed monster of Watt and Garrett. This is exciting. I hope this ends the way it looks like it might at this point. Jared, I think this is a game changer. I really do. J.J. Watt coming to Cleveland. I do.
And so what we're looking at right now, at least from the teams that I've heard that are in play, and I don't know, let me know if you're hearing the same thing. Right now, what I'm hearing is it's narrowed down to about 4 teams total, and it's Cleveland, it's the Bills, it's Tampa Bay, and it's the Steelers. Now, one of those I can throw right out the window right off the bat. Andy, you're with me on this. The Steelers have no money.
They don't have any money.
The Steelers, you can sit there, Pittsburgh fans, all day long, and you can say, well, he wants to go play with his brothers. He wants to go play with his brothers.
That might be true.
He wants to go play with his brothers.
He also wants
that's how Steelers fans talk, ain't it? That's how they sound, isn't it? That's how it sounds every time I hear him talk. He wants to go play with his brothers.
But he also wants to get paid.
And he also wants to win. I love saying this right now. I love being a Browns fan right now.
And
he also wants to win.
If the Steelers were to sign Watt, so are you ignoring center? Are you ignoring other parts of this team that are going away?
Pittsburgh's out the window.
Nah, it's not happening.
Pittsburgh's out the window. The other two, I haven't really looked at. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay would be enticing, right? Tampa Bay would be enticing.
Tampa Bay, the Bays make sense, but you can't get paid like you could in Cleveland. Cleveland's the one team that has cap availability. The Packers are also over the cap, so you're not going to be able to go to Green Bay. Changes are going to have to be made. It's not, look, it's that pressure's on Green Bay. It's not on J.J. Watt. And I'm sure that's being said, like, hey, we'll handle that. We'll get to your terms and do everything else.
Right.
Tampa Bay, look, Tampa Bay, you're going to take a little bit of a Tampa Bay Tom Brady discount because they're basically going to fold you into a chance to win another Super Bowl. You're going to take a little less money. I mean, I'm sure that's being said, like, hey, we would like for you to come here, but you have to agree to our terms a little bit.
Right.
But hey, if you do that, you're going to win a Super Bowl and we'll pay you close to what you want, but we're not going to pay exactly what you want. But we're going to play close to what you want because Barrett, that excellent guy for the Tampa Bay last year, who's gone in free agency, he's already announced he wants to get paid, so he's not coming back to Tampa Bay. So Watt can fill that position. But again, you're not going to get paid. The Browns, you can.
How interesting are the Bills?
The Bills, to me, are interesting. I'm not going to poo-poo the Bills because, again, they're in the same world as the Browns.
Exactly.
You could go to the Super Bowl. You're playing for a defensive-minded coach. The only thing I would say is, I'm just being honest, it's not the star power of Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a showcase name.
Myles Garrett on the other side of that line makes that
showcase.
So enticing for a guy like J.J. Watt to come.
It's mid-90s excitement lineup changes where it's like, we already got Albert Bell. We already got Baker Mayfield. We already got Kenny Lofton. We already got Nick Chubb. We already got these different parts. We already got a Carlos Baerga. Now we're adding Eddie Murray. And now you're adding J.J. Watt.
It's like a plane with one wing. It's cool. It's a plane. But imagine if you had two wings, then you could fly.
I get goosebumps every time I think about it.
Does that work?
What are defenses going to fucking do if they have to stop on both your ends? Or if you have J.J. Watt moving throughout the line, like, what the fuck are you going to do?
Shit your pants? You're going to shit your pants, Andy. That's what you're going to do.
According to Pro Football Focus, the number one player double teamed last year is J.J. Watt. Also in the top 5 is Myles Garrett.
So is this what you do when we sit there and we hear that he only had 5 sacks last season? Is this the answer to that? Is that he didn't have a chance? He didn't have a shot in hell?
I believe in J.J. Watt playing really well for Cleveland Browns.
I do see that the Titans GM John Robinson has said that they've spoken to him.
Oh, I'm sure. And by the way, as they should. Do you get excited about Tannehill? Do you get excited? No. Oh, I don't either. Do you get excited about Baker Mayfield? Yeah. Do you get excited about running out of the tunnel with Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb, arm by arm, Landry, OBJ? Yeah, I do. I'm sure he does too. It just, look, we are that team. We are the sexy girl. We are that sexy girl at the prom where it's like, hey, I mean,
in that fucking hot brown and orange dress.
You start going like, look, like again, like I'll say it again. The Bills are a good team. They're fine. They're not the Browns. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, you want to have some fun? Come on. You want to have some fun? Come on.
Yeah. And
come on. You want to have some fun? He knows it. Look, as Mary Kay reported, so I don't want to steal her thunder, and I want to give her proper credit. According to what she's hearing, he wants 2 things, and it's not flash, and which is not surprising.
What? Money in a Super Bowl.
Money in a Super Bowl. He wants to get paid, and again, the only team in these worlds that has the cap room are the Browns. The Browns don't have to do much.
What do the haters say? What do the haters say out there? What are the haters' reasons for not liking this move, Andy? There are folks that say they don't want it
because he's old, and people get very confused that you need linebackers and defensive backs, which is fine, and that's not unreasonable, and that's very true. But when you have the chance to get a star of stars like J.J. Watt, it changes your team.
What about the folks that say Olivier Vernon gave you a better chance? What about those folks? What about the folks that say Olivier Vernon put up great numbers and improved towards the end of the season? And why not commit to that guy who improved instead of going after the flashy name of J.J. Watt? What about me playing devil's advocate there?
You're fucking wrong if you're one of those people. You're really not thinking with your head. And now, welcome back to Earth. You're in Pluto. Welcome back to Earth. Olivier Vernon is a nice player. Olivier Vernon really had a hard time up until the bye week. He did not play well up until the bye week. We were frustrated. There were other people frustrated as well with him. He was not making an impact on games. Now, he did after the bye week. Wouldn't you want someone to make an impact from day one, who can hit the home run, who has won defensive MVP, who can handle getting double teamed, who can handle the pressure of going through the playoffs? The Texans have gone to the playoffs with J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's won a playoff game as well in the playoffs. Wouldn't you want that experience? Wouldn't you want that excitement? Wouldn't you want to get steroids to take it if you could get more muscles? Wouldn't you want to do that stuff? Why would you not want to have the chance to have a nameplate showcase? It's nothing. The comparison should not be Olivier Vernon. The comparison is if you have the chance and you got a dice. It's like when you're playing craps. And you're saying, you know what? I am taking the opportunity. I've gotten extra chips from winning, and I'm going to take these wins. So I've made some nice moves, as the Browns have, and I'm going to put more things on the 4, the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 9, and 10. You could get craps. Well, sure, you could get craps, but look at all these more opportunities. J.J. Watt gives you less opportunities to fail. You're getting more opportunities to do well. It's going to allow other players to shine. Olivier Vernon does not do that. Olivier Vernon, did he help the linebackers look better last year, Jared?
Oh, God.
Did Olivier Vernon make plays in big games that make you say, wow, boy, thank God we have him on the field? No. Did he make some nice plays in games? Yes, he did. Did he make some sacks in some games? Yes, he did. Did Olivier Vernon ever make you go, wow? No.
I mean, Olivier's a year or two younger, too. Got a little less wear on the legs there.
Olivier Vernon is also coming off a serious injury. And that should be reminded.
Yeah. I mean, really, I bring it up. I only bring it up because it is not something to forget about being burned by big name free agent signings. Andre Rison in the past. It's happened in Cleveland.
Andre Rison and J.J. Watt are not the same.
I know.
Olivier Vernon is not J.J. Watt. I'm going to repeat that. Olivier Vernon is not J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt is a far better player. Sorry.
With work ethic and care and dedication, and a guy who
wants to win the Super Bowl
and wants to win now, and recognizes the clock is ticking, especially at the position that he plays. And I mean, all you have to do is listen to the guy talk. Look at the way that he's leaving town in Texas. Look at the way that he handled the end of the season with Deshaun Watson. How do you not want the guy in Cleveland? Oh, let's just be real about it. How do you not fucking want him here?
When you were cheering for the Indians in the 90s, how excited were you to get Oral Hershiser?
Oh, bro.
Dennis Martinez, how excited were you?
Oh, bro.
This is that kind of signing, folks. This is that kind of signing. If you look...
Eddie Murray. Sorry, I just love having Eddie. I love having Eddie.
Dennis Martinez, Oral Hershiser, those are big studs. J.J. Watt's a big stud. He is one NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He's won one. Who's better on this team, Myles Garrett or Olivier Vernon the last 2 years? Who's better? Myles Garrett, right? Not even comparable, right? Okay. You're adding a player who technically has been rated better at times than Myles Garrett. It's not a comparison.
You're getting a guy who's done what Myles Garrett dreams of doing.
That's my point. Wouldn't you want him on the same team?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I'll tell you right now, if you are a defensive coordinator and you're saying, oh, Baltimore, do you think Baltimore's feeling good today about Lamar Jackson run around getting smacked by J.J. Watt or Myles Garrett?
You have to have those guys to be able to beat the Ravens because you play them twice. To be able to win the North, you need...
Oh, Jared, wait, Jared, did you take my bait? Yes, you. Jared understands because Jared. I love Jared. Right? Jared loves me.
We play this game. I mean, we play this game.
Here's the thing: you are doing things to make stops and to make things work against teams like the Ravens,
and you're doing it without having to bring your linebackers, without having to pull guys off your secondary.
How many draft picks are we sending to Texans, by the way, Jared? That's right, 0.
What is with that shit show?
Look,
we've
been there.
Oh,
we have been there.
I love watching teams all across the NFL.
And by the way,
that are now, you're the new Browns, and you're the new Browns, and I'm like Oprah over here, handing out the new Browns.
And by the way, if you're the Texans, you don't have time to fucking worry about it. You got some quarterback issues. So you know what? I don't blame the Texans. It's like, we got to cut bait because we got to fucking focus on getting Mr. Watson back in town. We don't even have time to concern ourselves with trading J.J. Watt because this situation with Deshaun Watson so fucked up, we got to take all of our time to fix this.
By the way, have fun forcing a guy onto the field who doesn't want to be there. Have fun doing that game.
Should be great.
Have fun playing that game. Yeah, why wouldn't they try to trade Damon? I know. Why?
Because they're a mess. We have cheered for Browns teams like this. That is a mess.
Damien on Facebook, why wouldn't they try and trade? Nope, we're just going to let him go and get nothing for his talent. Imploding franchise. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You'll love to see it. Love to see it.
Bye-bye. Here's another one. And I told this to Jared, too, before this whole thing came out. When on Friday it happened, And it's like, well, he'll go to Pittsburgh. It's like, well, if you're going to play for Pittsburgh, you're going to play for your brothers because you love your brothers. Because you are not getting paid. And you are certainly
not winning a Super Bowl.
You're not winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
So you're basically saying, I love to play, because the Steelers have leaking oils everywhere. That's why I giggled when the Steelers called him. I'm like, well, of course the Steelers called him. Yeah. And you know what they're going to tell?
Leaking out every one of Ben's joints.
I mean, at some point you got to fix your offensive line. At some point you got to start figuring out who your new quarterback is. At some point you got to take care of all these other issues. If you sign J.J. Watt, you're basically saying the Watt brothers and a one-legged Roethlisberger are going to win us a Super Bowl, and that's all we got. And then we got Claypool, who's very negative, but. He's running wild. Javius on Facebook. We play the Texans next year. It'll probably be prime time if we sign Watt. That has Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football written all over it.
That'd be good times. That'd be good times. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with it.
I'm telling you,
we're gonna
win
the game. It's gonna be a win. Can you imagine how good the Browns would be if they can just improve their defense?
If this team, knock on, can have half the injury problems they had last year, which is a normal injury season, the Browns are on their way. Because they've had, the Browns, first day of tackling drills, Delpit out for the year. Greedy Williams got a nerve problem. We couldn't even get the Mac Wilson days later is out. So, the Browns, if they can stay healthy and stay focused. And here's the other great thing about this opportunity. If you make this move, which I think the Browns are, they can still draft a defensive end who's young in the first 2 rounds, because now you can groom him into that role. Because J.J. Watt's not going to stay more than 3 years. So let's say 2 years, 3 years. I think 2 years is it. 3 years max.
Right.
2 years is probably it. You can groom the young defensive end to take his spot. So that way when he leaves, you have someone ready to replace him. And also you're going to need to do it too, because J.J. Watt should only play 60 to 70% of the plays.
There is some other news I think that we need to pay attention to, and I don't know whether it will affect some of the silence, the radio silence that I wasn't worried about earlier regarding Hollywood Higgins. Shifting gears slightly here, but there's another free agent here. I believe Marvin Jones was released, wide receiver, and I think the Browns are, for some reason, looking at him. That was something that was just brought up a couple hours ago. I don't know if you were aware of it, Andy.
No.
Pro Football Focus is projecting that the Browns are going to sign free agent wide receiver Marvin Jones.
Cal Berkeley kid.
Yeah. So I don't know really what that's going to mean.
Almost 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
Almost 80 plus grabs. Obviously.
And 80 grabs is good. We're talking about that's Jarvis Landry type numbers there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting. And he thinks he's coming to.
Damien's asking if he was released. I thought he was released, or if he was projected to be released. They're saying free agent, so he was released.
I'm going to try to. What is the article saying? Pro Football Reference, my friend.
Pro Football Focus. This is on
Pro Football
Browns
Focus,
Wire. Bear with us, anyone who's listening to the podcast later on.
It is assumed most of the Cleveland Browns upgrades this offseason will mainly be on defensive side of the ball. However, Pro Football Focus recently released their top 150 agents with a few interesting predictions. Focus,
he wasn't released. Son of a burned me. I hate the way that some of these guys write things. This is my fault for not reading, huh?
Well, no, he's a free agent though. So
okay, so then he was released. All right, never mind then. Thank goodness.
He's a free agent. No, he's a free agent. They're saying here 3 years, $27 million. But they're just rumoring this to be a match. There's nothing rumoring about that the Browns are actually going to do it. They're saying this would be a match.
Yeah, I knew it was something that I saw late before we came on the show. So it's all on the fly. Just wanted to make sure. All on the fly. Hey, let's talk about Johnny Manziel. Let's do that one too.
I don't know anything about Johnny Manziel. I don't even know if I really care. So J.J. Watt, I really don't. J.J. Watt coming to the Browns is exciting. It's good shit. It's gonna. I'll be honest with you. I'm at that point now where I will be disappointed if the Browns don't get J.J. Watt. Are you that way? I'm going to be disappointed now. I'm imagining coming to Cleveland.
The way that it's been set up, it would be a letdown, I think, for the entire organization if he didn't sign in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It really would.
Yeah. Joe, love you, Joe, on Facebook. Let's not say we did with Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, because is that with Johnny Manziel, or are we talking about signing Jones? Because I don't want to lose Hollywood. And Damien, you're right. We sign him, Hollywood's gone.
Oh, yeah, that would be an instant ticket out the door. I will just say this, though. What they're referencing is that would be a possible match. There's no negotiations. There's nothing going on. Manny Blasdale, Cleveland, good to see you, brother.
What's up, Manny?
Back to Damien, though, on Facebook. I think Hollywood Higgins is a key contributor. Again, all they're saying in the article is this would be a match. They're not saying there's talks. They're just saying it would be a match. That's all they're saying. That's what they're just predicting. I wouldn't read too much more. That kind of shit's going on everywhere.
Well, I got to be careful too. When I saw it was linked through Brown's Wire, I'm not.
Brown's Wire is good. You just got to make sure to. Sometimes they put things in there, and all these guys do. Cleveland.com does. They write things, but they're not giving you the true filter. The true filter is like, hey.
Well, it was Jeff wwrote that one, so Risen.
All these things like, hey, they think this would be a match. But anyways, going back to did he bow? Oh gosh, okay. Let's get the Manziel at the end. I want to do one more thing. More importantly, Johnny Manziel does not deserve Pro Football Focus. Thank you, Joe. Here's the one thing I will say, Joe on Facebook, you're the man. Back to what we're talking about here, though. Richard Sherman. I'm starting to hear more and more. This was also reported by Mary Kay Cabot's column on, I think, on a Sunday night of this week. So that would have been the 13th, if I'm doing my math. 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy post Valentine's Day to everybody out there. The big thing on that one was Sherman's not coming to Cleveland. I always kind of got that vibe. I think he would have to take a discount to come to Cleveland. Meaning he's not going to get paid what he can get paid possibly from other teams. He's not going to get paid like that for playing for the Browns. He's going to have to take less money to come to Cleveland.
And again, I was indifferent about Richard Sherman coming to Cleveland anyways.
Yeah, I'm with you.
At first, just because of his comment about wanting to come to Cleveland, I was intrigued by the comment itself because I thought, it's nice hearing guys saying they want to come to Cleveland, right? And then you remember the connection. Oh, Joe Woods. Yeah. Makes sense. Likes Joe Woods. And then you think a little bit more and you remember, wait a minute. He sounded like Draymond Green talking shit after the Browns hired Kevin Stefanski as head coach and was acting like an asshole about it. Never mind. Hard pass. So guys like that, blah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about those comments. I thought he was a Stefanski guy.
No.
Was he not?
No. He definitely made a stupid comment regarding oh wow, can't believe they did that.
Oh, well, here's where I end on all this with Sherman. I think Sherman, if he wants to come to Cleveland and take less money, hey, welcome, come on down, strap in. It'd be exciting. But the other end of this, too, is the Browns aren't going to over-pursue Sherman, and that makes a lot of sense to me. We got to, as I've heard this a lot on the Instagram page and a lot through comments that Jared and I see, the one thing, and Holly, too, the one thing that I would point out about someone like Sherman is this. If you sign Richard Sherman, you have got to remember the last few years, the Browns have put a lot of emphasis on secondary. Delpit, Greedy Williams, signing Terrence Mitchell, signing some other guys. Now they're not They're not those kind of numbers. But Sherman is his name, and I kind of agree with Drew Solt's comment. If you're going to go after a secondary guy, I'd get Patrick Peterson, the guy out of Arizona.
Yeah.
That guy can play.
Yes.
And that guy should get paid. Like, that guy should get paid. That, I agree with him. Peterson is still in mid-career form. Sherman's numbers and Pro Football Focus numbers, his numbers have dropped. Sherman's not the same player, Super Bowl winning Legion of Doom guy from Seattle. He's just not. Those days are long gone. Damien on Facebook. How about CJ McCollum trying to bring Watt to Cleveland? I love it. I did not see it, but I fucking love it. CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum has been doing stuff like that for a while, and I get a kick out of it every time.
Hey, by the way, CJ, next time Cavs come to town, too hard. Don't play as hard. Too hard. Not. I knew you weren't playing the other night, but not. You don't need to tell Lillard. Don't worry about it. We fucking blow. Just take it easy. All right. Your Blazers, Nuggets. These teams play too hard. Too hard. It's February. It's cold. We don't. It's West Coast. Just put 4 players on the floor. That'd be plenty. You'll still win by 2 or 3. Don't worry about it.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Don't worry about it. We're going to trade Andre Drummond even though he can play defense. It don't matter. We'll get to
Why
that
are the Cavs making any moves with anybody when there's nobody to get? Why don't they just play the season out with everybody they have? Just enjoy the ride. You got no. Just play the season. It's not. You're still in sports purgatory for anyways. Just play the season. You're not going anywhere. You're not winning anything. You just play the season. Just learn some basketball for these young kids. Let Bickerstaff get comfortable. Let him grow and bond. Let everyone just have a good time. And let's see how things work out next year. And then maybe, because Drummond ain't coming back anyways. So just, why does it matter if you're not getting anything for him? And Kevin Love is still dealing with this stupid, strained calf is stupid. Like, why not just play the season? There's nothing to do. There's nothing. Instead, you're just creating strife. You're just creating problems and shit for no reason.
It's good for
Why?
It's good for Andre to sit out.
Why?
It's good for Andre to sit out.
Why?
It's not good for the Cavs. It's good for Andre to sit out.
Just play the season. There's nothing else to do.
You know what's funny?
Why I am starting to really dislike Kobe Altman.
It's almost to the point the Cavs are the Houston Texans of the NBA.
He makes problems where they don't exist.
What happened at the end of the half with Sexton,
Rob Jennings,
and Jared Allen having Curry and Draymond Green laughing at us. That fucking hurt.
Draymond,
I hate that
Draymond.
shit.
Fuck Draymond.
And by the way,
He's
Sexton,
stupid.
love you. I'll pump you up. You've got to, on pick and rolls, be able to roll the right way defensively. Jared Allen had every right to chew your ass out on the floor. If I were Jared Allen, I would have been pissed. Pissed.
Tell us how you really feel, Jared. I'm trying, Rob.
I'm trying.
I'm also trying to take that off the screen. I think Andy hit it too. Where are we going?
No, I didn't touch it this time.
Well, I can't talk. Yeah, I know. True, Salt. I can't get mad at Gilbert right now.
I like Dan Gilbert, Drew. I
don't know that I can say that I like him. I nothing-ish him.
He brought a championship to Cleveland, along with LeBron.
He stayed out of the way and let LeBron bring a championship to Cleveland.
I think this has nothing to do with Dan Gilbert, and I mean that. I think this has nothing to do with Dan Gilbert.
I don't think this does either.
Nothing.
I think it has everything to do with Kobe Altman.
Kobe Altman and a little bit of Bickerstaff.
Like, Kobe can't sit fucking still. He needs to be put in a corner and told to sit down and just watch the game and just let him play.
Hey, Drew, I love you, and you're right about LeBron. I will say Gilbert was the owner, but you're right. LeBron won the championship. You're right. I love you, Drew. I will say, though, this has nothing to do with Dan Gilbert this time. Nothing. And you cannot sit Andre Drummond down because it's best for Andre Drummond. Sorry. And by the way, Jared Allen can play. I like Jared Allen a lot. As soon as Andre Drummond sat down, Do you know what the Warriors did last night? Anytime they need a hoop, they would just go right through the lane. Right through the lane. And then once the Cavs had to back towards the hole, three. Then when the Cavs came up to play, dribble, drive.
Let me just remind.
Pick and roll. Let
me just remind though.
I fucking hate the Warriors.
Let me just remind Draymond. Let me just remind those fools. What are they playing? Like 500 basketball?
You're laughing at a team that neither player played for the 16 Cavs. Sexton and Allen did not play for the 16 Cavs.
I'm sorry, but the Warriors aren't good.
By the way, they're about ready to go on a 7-game road trip in 8 days.
Warriors aren't good.
They have 8 games. Fuck them. That team,
so,
I hate them.
Exactly.
I hate them. I want to beat them, though. I really want the Cavs to beat them next time they play.
Being mediocre.
And stomp on their fucking face.
Yeah, I would too. But the Cavs are being undermined right now by management.
No, it goes further. That's part of it. Okay, wait. That's part of it. This goes way deeper. Do we want to go back to the Browns or you want to stick on the Cavs? I got more Browns thoughts.
All right, let's go. Let's go back to the Browns. I'm glad we got some of the Cavs stuff out of the way, though.
3-1. That's right, Damian. 3-1. What happened with Allen and Sexton? At the end of the first half, Sexton and Allen were playing on defense, and it was a clear pick and roll situation. And Sexton guarded air as Draymond Green went around and backdoored the defense and scored a easy dunk. And on the play, you can see Jared Allen's head go, "Why did you not take Green?" As he was defending, it's almost like he'd never done it before. It's like, but yeah, there's no one at the top of the key. Obviously Allen's going to take the guy who's dribbling the ball. You've got to roll with the other defender, and you did not roll. Like you just guarded air. And the next time down at the end of the half, Jared Allen then gets blocked. That did not help the situation, as Jared Allen admitted later.
Played defense like Sendeo.
Oh. and Jared Allen, I completely sympathize with Allen, because what he did is what I would have done, because he then goes down hard, tries to make a bucket for the half, gets swatted away by the Warriors. No. He then looks around and is like, what the fuck were you doing on that end of the floor? You're fucking killing me. And I like Sexton, but that was bad. By the way, the Cavs had the lead down to 11, which sounds like nothing, but in that game it was a miracle to begin the fourth, and the Cavs went in one of those great moments where they couldn't score a fucking hoop, and all the Warrior starters for the most part were sitting. Hopeless has entered the room.
Well, you called it a week and a half ago, Andy. You knew this was coming. You knew that it was right around the corner, and here we are.
No bueno.
And I don't know when it turns around. I don't know how it turns around.
2025.
Oh man, we thought we were ahead of this.
I just wish we would have face planted early, so we could face plant throughout to get teased this been.
Oh yeah, and it was a tease too.
It was the ultimate tease. All right.
Maybe I'm not in a big hurry to get rid of Hulu.
Oh no, you should watch these games with me. It's fun. By the way, you have now 5 days to fix your situation, because the Spurs had to cancel. The Cavs do not play again until Sunday against Oklahoma City. They're off, which, by the way, great timing. The Cavs need some time off.
All right, so we've talked about the Cavs. I'm glad we got that out of the way. We're done.
I'm going to break down the Andre Drummond trade possibilities later. Let's go back to the Browns. No one's. Everybody come. Everybody come.
No, you're not.
I got it broken down.
He might be gone. The end.
What was your favorite Andre Drummond moment?
When he was on the floor at the same time with Allen.
Damien's with me every Instagram post-game show. Yes, watch the games. It's a lot of fun. especially at 12:15 when you're like, so did everybody watch that?
No.
Did everybody watch that?
Not staying up that late.
I had Mad Men on the background just to laugh.
Damien,
Jesus.
I'm not staying up that late and watching the game. I'm not doing it.
Oh my God.
Although, sad story, I have been staying up late because I've been sleeping on the couch because my dogs don't get along now. So we can sleep and keep them separated.
Do you think, I'm going to go back to the Browns. Do you think, with all this going on with J.J. Watt, so let's wrap up there. So J.J. Watt coming to Cleveland, yes or no? I think he is.
I think we're at 85% that we're waiting on that 15% to load, and we're there. Yeah.
I think it's going to take one of the Bays, either Green or Tampa Bay, to do something like strange overloading contract situation. I think outside of that, I think the Steelers' pipe dream is gone. I think
that the one scary thing is Tom has a lot of power down in Tampa Bay, and if Tom says he wants JJ, Tom will get JJ.
He's got the first time the NBA player influence. I agree with
I
him.
noticed this. I noticed that he has the power like I've never seen an NFL player have.
I agree.
In the way that LeBron has on the like you see it with NBA players especially with LeBron. Tom is now in position where he tells his coordinator no. And I don't think I've ever seen a guy, especially in the Super Bowl, to say no in the way that it's insane the amount of leeway that man has now. It's him. It's whatever he wants, and
John
he's earned
Elway.
it. He's earned it.
Yeah, John Elway had that kind of leeway. So did Marino.
I was a baby, so to me I'll have to look back. I'll have to watch the tape, Andy. I'll have to watch the tape.
I remember watching it. Elway really.
You've over the years had to watch plenty of that tape over.
Yeah,
and over again.
John Elway and Reeves got into it multiple times. Shanahan not so much, but Reeves and Elway did.
But this is the thing: Tom doesn't have to get into it with anybody.
No.
Tom says he wants it. Tom says he gets it. Tom does it.
I think it's one of the Bays. I think it's Green or Tampa Bay, or it's I think it's Cleveland. I really do. I think Cleveland's going to get it. I'm excited for it. I'm getting my J.J. Watt jersey ready. I'm going to be really pissed if they don't get him. I'm now there. I'm like Cavs early season winning tempted. I want to see it happen now. I'm ready to go.
If he goes to Tampa Bay, is that like KD going to the Warriors?
The only thing that's nice about that is it's the NFC. As Cameron Billman told me today, well, if he goes to any one of those teams, Green or Tampa Bay, at least it's the NFC. I'm like, that is very true. Good point.
Yeah, but then we're still looking.
Yes. But look, we shall. OBJ trade rumors have been whipping up again about Tampa Bay. A lot of that's been bantered around today in Cleveland Sports Radio. It's also being reported out of ESPN that would be a possible fit. You're starting to get the vibes that Tampa, in some sort of fashion through the Tom Brady ways and channels, is hinting at OBJ would like that to happen if they could make it happen. Anything else doesn't mean anything more than just banter and talk because, I mean, again, he's under contract with Cleveland. So, I mean, and by the way, that's not an easy cap hit for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for people out there who want to know. I think this is all talk. I don't think it's anything more than that. Doesn't mean that Tampa Bay, or more importantly, Tom Brady's not maybe interested in it, but I don't think it's more than that. I really don't.
It ain't shit.
I don't think it's anything more than that.
No, I'm at the point where I don't even flinch at these rumors anymore.
Well, I think it's one of those things too. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to doubt or down OBJ, but why would Tampa Bay do that? That's a large contract.
Yeah, I know.
That's a large contract,
and they don't need to.
Why would they do that?
They're not in a position. They don't need to.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say, it's getting a little silly season in the NFL, which usually it doesn't. It is this year. Tampa Bay can't sign Watt and OBJ. Like, it was funny at one point. It's like, yeah, but I mean,
well, this is, I mean, Andy, welcome to the offseason, you know?
But it's usually not this crazy. This year's gotten a little more crazy. JJ Watt, go to Pittsburgh.
Well, COVID's making people crazy, Andy.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, does JJ Watt want to get paid? The Steelers want to field a team? You just can't take on JJ Watt. I mean, it's nice to say that.
I said it because it's funny.
I mean, it'd be nice, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. OBJ does seem to be doing better. Dr. James Andrews says he's got a full bill of health. He sounds like he's recovering really well, for whatever that's worth. I shouldn't say full bill of health, but Dr. James thinks he's recovering super, like way above expectations. So it sounds like, and I will say from the videos and stuff, we've seen plenty enough rehabs over the years. And I really mean that. It's like you'll see guys in pools and you'll see guys like stretching out. You'll see guys warming up. OBJ looks like he's in full off-season
full
swing.
on sprints now, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it looks... I got to be fair. The guy does look good, if I'm being truthful. I don't think it means anything more than that, but I will say it's good to see. It's good to see. I got to remind people, OBJ is pretty quick. It would be nice to have that speed back on the field.
Single-handedly won the Dallas game. Do not forget.
Yes. David Njoku went on Jim Rome, and when Jim asked him about, hey, you got him back to Cleveland, he said the famous words, no comment, basically alluding to the fact that, you know, the Browns have the option this year. I would be stunned if the Browns didn't pick up that option. Now, if they sign multiple people, they may not, but they'd have to do that decision before. I think it's March 15th it is. But, I mean, he's coming back to Cleveland. Do you get upset, or does your coffee taste a little more sour when you read that? I didn't get bothered by that comment. Njoku to me feels differently, where it's like, whatever. This is what he does, and I'm not.
He's that guy. He is that guy now.
He is that guy.
I'm just glad he started catching the ball later on in the season when he's on the field. As long as he's making plays, it makes me happy. He started to become a better blocker as time went on as well. So that makes me happy too. Cool. Thanks. See you next year. Look, David Njoku clearly has some chip on his shoulder, has some growing up to do, is not happy at the amount of playing time that he had in Cleveland last season, had to get over a lot of things regarding even, staying, thought that he had more clout than he, for some ungodly reason, thought that he absolutely did not have. But is he a locker room problem? Is he a problem on the sideline? Is he a problem on the field? No. So see you next season. Put the pads on, get ready to play. You'll be fine.
I think the bigger story for me in this is if Hooper does not show more. Yeah. I will say I do think the Hooper and Njoku conversation needs to come up next year.
Well, Hooper
needs to play better.
Hooper needs to quit diving on the ground.
Boy, he is like on
Hooper needs
skates.
more yards after the catch.
Like he's a decent tight end, but he's not worth the money. He is not worth the money we're paying him. We overpaid for him.
Well, good thing is we still have money.
Yeah. I'm interested to see his contract next year. I wonder if the Browns could cut him next year. I think Hooper and Njoku are fighting over a spot next year. I really do. Meaning, what I mean is, like, for 2022, those two, I don't.
Well, and expect the rookie to clean it up too.
I think Harrison Bryant will improve. He struggled the last 6-7 games.
Yeah, and he'll be all right. That
happens.
That's all up here. He's a rookie.
It happens.
I knew there were times where we knew we had to get him the hell off the field. You knew it, but at the same time, young kid, he'll be all right. I forget the game. I think it might have been Jacksonville. There's a game. I gotta look back at our notes. There's a game where he really shit the bed, and after the incident, he just he was shook. He was shook.
Yeah, he had a rough time.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep, he had a rough time after the game. This is a sad story, and actually, I have a personal connection to it. Tom Seipel died. He was the fan that got praised rightly. He had cancer and was really fighting, and Emily and Baker really reached out to him. I actually know Tom Seipel. Tom Seipel and I played on the same soccer team growing up in Hilliard, Ohio.
Are you shitting
And
me,
actually,
Andy?
Tom Seipel's mother taught me in math at Hilliard. What was it called? Hilliard Middle School.
How have we not talked about this. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I've not spoken to Tom in years. I did not even know how Tom was doing. I did not recognize his photo. I felt really bad because my mom brought it up to me and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was the same guy. So I knew Tom, played with Tom in soccer growing up, knew his mother really well. I was heartbroken to hear this story, obviously. Yeah. Good man, good dude. Really, really sad to hear about what was going on, and he should get a shout out. Sad to hear sad to hear about it. Just sad. Really, really felt bad. Tom was a good man, leaving behind a wife and I think kids too, and just sad. Just hate to hear that stuff. Yeah. And kudos to Emily and Baker Mayfield for making a wish come true for him, for Tommy. I'd forgotten that he was such a... We played soccer together, so I'd forgotten how much of a Browns fan the family was. So anyways, shout out to the Disciples. I hope everybody's doing okay. Sad. I really... I had to pause when I heard that. I had not seen Tom in like over 25 years, but sad to hear that. Yeah,
you just like anything else, you want those good memories to live on, and that's how you remember.
So. Yep. So R.I.P. to Tom, and again to the Disciple family out there. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah. Okay, on to the Cavs. So here are the trade possibilities for Andre Drummond. I know Jared's itching to hear about it. So I want to make sure to get everything in line. For those of you, by the way, who have been under a bunker, now that you can wake up from your bunker to know that the Cavs have not won in a week and a half. They do not play any games this week because they only had 2 games this week for when we started this podcast. They're supposed to play tomorrow night, Wednesday, against the Spurs. All the Spurs games have been canceled because they have a COVID outbreak issue, and so they're not playing all week. The Cavs' next game is not until Sunday, which would be the 21st against the Thunder. Yeah. I will say it again, so I think it needs to be brought up. That I would look. It sucks that they can't play. If there's ever a time like a rain out in baseball, the Cavs need some days to get some practice in and to get their feet underneath them and mental breaks and mental healing. This team needs to come together. We were making light of it, but it sucked watching the Warriors laugh at us walking off the floors. We were internally fighting. And again, I was making tongue-in-cheek humor, but I get Allen being frustrated. That was frustrating. And these guys are playing hard. Was it Nuggets on Friday, Damien? I did not see that. Did I miss that? No. Did I miss that? Did I fuck that up? Did I fuck that up? Because I really did not see that. What? I don't think they're playing. Are the Cavs playing the Nuggets on Friday? No. Let me see. But anyways, I actually double checked that before it came on. Maybe
you're going to know that one better than me because I have not been looking at the schedule. I have not been keeping up with it.
Oh, they do.
But I did see. I did see the cancellations, though. I did see the other.
By the way, Damien, I think, because I did check this, I think they just added this game. We play the Nuggets now on Friday. Okay. Damien, thank you for the breaking news. I was going to say, I did check this, and I did not see any games. Okay. I was going to say, this just got added, because I checked before we came on. Okay. So now, because of the cancellations, breaking news, the Cavs will now be playing the Nuggets on Friday, and then they'll be playing the Thunder on Sunday. So 2/19 will be Nuggets, Cavs, and then Sunday 2/21 Thunder, Cavs. So they will be, but they still get a few days off, which this team desperately needs. Jared, let me ask you from afar, how do you feel about this organization? Because I gave you I can go into a lot of things. And there's some positives.
I already lost my shit about the Cavs.
Okay. Did you want
I really have said everything that I could say about it. Should I do a little more reading? Should I do a little more digging? Yeah, absolutely. I should. Do I think that I've got a pretty good grip on what is going on, though, internally? Yeah, I think I do. I really do. But it's just disappointing, Andy. It's just, again, what is your plan? What is your end goal? What do you think you are going to get? Are you just getting rid of Drummond because, what are you going, what is the, again, what are we doing?
Okay.
I guess, maybe the argument is this, that you're not going to get anything for him after the season if you don't do it now. Maybe that's the argument, right? Is that the argument?
I think the argument is that here's where I'm going to push back on. At some point, you have to learn how to win. And the Cavs right now can't win games, and it's self-destructing. And if you're not going to get things back to help your team, then I really mean that. I really mean that.
Right. And who says that a tangible draft pick, which is nothing but a crapshoot anyways, is going to be better than the intangible that of the experience of having a guy like Drummond around brings to the younger guys and core of that team that is there now, that will be there after he is gone after the season. What they can learn from him, what they can take from him, what they can gain from him now. I just think that you are being short-sighted in that way. I don't think that's always the case, but I think that there is so little to be possibly maybe gained in trading him that I don't know what the point is. I know who we need to talk. I know Hayden Grove would probably say I'm wrong. I should probably look and see what he's written lately. And I'm sure he's probably got stuff to say about it.
Look, I'm going to go further because I think this team needs to keep Drummond unless you're going to get something back that helps the team. Because I agree with Jared, like this because you're going to take on bad contracts. You're going to take on bad players. That's my part of like,
right. So and these guys got to be around that. Like,
but that's my point. It's like, and by the way, you're taking on more bad, like you're stepping repeating. You're stepping repeating. And here's the other thing too, that I will also go on the other half of this, and this is part of it. I praise Andre Drummond. His defensive numbers are very good.
Right.
However, and this is my one defense, I'll play devil's advocate now on this one. He did check out after the Suns game. That performance he gave in Denver, followed up by the performance he gave in Portland, were unexcusably bad. That he did not show up. In particular, the game in Denver. It was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, and that goes throughout the team. And to what I will also say, that shit has to stop. And this mode of players don't want to be here is becoming now an official label on this team. It is now becoming an official label on this team. Post LeBron, during LeBron, and the Cavs have that label right now. No one wants to come here and play. And I hate saying that. It kills me, but I mean, another player who just can't wait to get out. And again, the Cavs MO, and I know they're being kind and polite, and they're doing the political thing. Well, that's best for Andre. Well, that's not best for the Cavs. And I'm telling you, if you're going to trade Drummond to bring in, maybe a second-round draft pick, and then you're going to take on more bad contracts, do the same thing again, it's step and repeat. You're not improving the club. And that's why I really get bothered by the trade.
And that's the point.
And that's the point. The other things, too, on this team that's really an issue that I've been driving up in the Instagram accounts I'll bring up here, I really think Garland needs to be the point guard and Sexton needs to be the shooting guard. And I won't go into a long laboring point, but my reason being is this. Drummond actually does a nice job point guard on this team. He does. And Sexton, when he brings in the ball is still helter-skelter, still dribbles himself into trouble and causes frustration. And that frustration is starting to rub off on the team. You're starting to see frustration faces again because sometimes Sexton does things where he's not playing hard. He's playing very hard, but he does not do what's best with the ball and puts himself into losing situations on the floor where he causes a turnover or takes a bad shot. And that stuff's happening again. And he's got to stop that. He will be more helped once Garland brings up the ball, because Garland making passes and stuff is very good. Now, two positives. I know Okuro's not doing anything on offense, but I like Okuro, and I've been reading this throughout the league. A lot of people like Okuro. He's got a lot of upside. He's got some ways to go, but you can see it. He plays hard and he does play defense. I like Jared Allen a lot. Jared Allen did the right thing I don't want to see it every game, but that moment had to happen with Sexton. I didn't like it happening on the floor, but it was enough. He did not make the proper defensive play on that play, and Jared Allen had enough, and he had to say something, and he did. I like that. I do like this kid Prince too. I think he plays hard. And I like Sexton when he's playing shooting guard. I like that aggressiveness, and I like how he can get to the hole. And he is shooting free throws a lot better this year, so he's doing the things. Now, they got to get some more three-point shooting. They got to establish this point guard situation, and I don't think they should trade McGee. And I know it's going to drive people crazy probably too, but McGee actually brings nice leadership to this team. I think he needs to stay because Drummond's gone. If you trade McGee too, you can forget all hope of making the playoffs. Forget it. Don't come asking me for my playoff predictions. They're not making it. If they have McGee, I think there's a chance they can regroup and make maybe a run. But Jared, if they don't hold on to McGee, I don't care to talk to me about what I think the playoff chances for the Cavs are.
You don't stop teams from scoring 120 and 130 a night. You're not gonna.
The defensive.
You're not gonna sniff. You're not gonna sniff an 8 spot. Period.
The defense on this club has plummeted. I think they're now 22nd in the league in efficiency. They were in the top 5 at one point. They were the one time top 5. Damien, great question. Great question. Thank you. Let me bring it up here. I want to put you on the screen. Facebook. Everybody follow Damien. I love Damien. Hey, what's your playoff predictions without McGee? Good question. I was just thinking about this on the way up there. 0! Love you, Damien. Love you. Happy Valentine's Day to my Valentine on social media. Damien.
You're supposed to lean away from the microphone when you yell, not into it.
No.
It's a...
I'm opposite day.
It's a little trick of the trade. Hurt my ears a little bit.
0.
All right. Are we done on the Cavs?
What was your favorite loss in the 8-game stretch?
Pitchers and catchers report for the Indians today.
I can't wait for my...
Was that today or was that yesterday? That was yesterday. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Damien.
First workout today.
I'm excited about who's going to play first base. Jake Bauers.
That's what we're doing now?
I keep reading a lot of articles about how Jake Bauers is going to play first base, and I sit there and chuckle every day and go, A guy who naturally plays the outfield, who can't hit, is now going to play first base.
How tall is Jake Bauers? Stop that. I'm serious.
I would like to see, as my partner looks that up, the other big discussion that's going to be happening is what's going on at shortstop. From everything I've been hearing.
He's listed right now as baseball first baseman.
Yeah.
As soon as I started searching for him.
Yeah. Oh, he's playing first, baby.
All right, he's 6'1". All right.
Well, he doesn't play 6'1", though.
No. I just wasn't sure if he had the length for first base.
I will be rooting hard for spring training games to go our way. Jared will be there mocking me, but I'll be there.
6'1", 195. I
love Jake Bauers. Nice man. He has got to hit.
Bro, when I played first base, I was 6 foot 220. Beast.
I just want to see clearly. I just want to see Jake Bauers hit if he's going to play first base, because it's not for his glove. If they tell me he's playing first base, he's a good defensive base, I will hold my breath and try not to laugh. Because he's not playing because he's good first baseman glove.
I'm very upset about this now. Now I'm regretting even, like, why'd you tell me this? And I lied. I did weigh 195, but I was 18.
Josh Naylor, I'm excited about him. He also might be playing first base, from what I've been told.
Now that I did hear, and that I think is weird too.
I like
but not
Josh
as
Naylor
weird.
in the outfield. I like Josh Naylor in the outfield. He flies around with that hair. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, and it's. But what I didn't like was pulling him to first base, and then you're telling me that Oscar Mercado's starting center fielder.
He is penciled in a lot of people's preseason. Not only center fielder batting second, batting Batting second, center field, Oscar Mercado.
So the Indians are going to be struggling to stay above 500 with a lot of 2-run games. And I mean, they're like going to score.
Until the bullpen. Nick Whitgren's going to pitch all 4 innings to close the game. Boiler up, baby. Boiler up. Karinchak will come in there. He'll bite his glove. I love Karinchak. I love Karinchak.
No wonder the listening audience has dropped. It's plummeted.
What is your favorite?
Since the Brown season has ended.
What is your favorite Emmanuel Clase PED suspension moment last year?
Wasn't that the sign of things to come? Was there ever a better sign?
That was a little rough.
I mean, that is like the ultimate in.
That was a little rough. 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 I can't wait, though. I can't wait to see Daniel Johnson, Bieber.
Yeah.
Savali, my favorite Savali. Tristan McKenzie, exciting young player.
I know.
Nolan Jones, can't hit lefties. Doesn't matter. Let's put him in there. No big deal. Only batted about like $150 on the lefties. Who cares?
We are a part of Waiting for Next Year. Check them out.
I can't wait.
Cleveland sports reporting at waitingfornextyear.com. Also brought to you by Evergreen Podcasts. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Cleveland and Beyond. On Twitter at CLE and Beyond. Shoot us an email, andyandjared@gmail.com. Andy will be there after the Cavs games.
What day, man?
On Instagram at Official Cleveland Sports. And check out the all-new, brand-new, redesigned, sleek. Oh, fantastic. Just, the performance you get out of this new baby. The new website, clevelandandbeyond.net. Check it out. Podcast is right there. Podcast is actually everywhere. Podcasts can be found. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher.
You click on that shit.
And do me, you know what? Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Rate the show. Rate the show. Rate it.
Rate it as high as you would JJ Watt coming to Cleveland.
Give us some ratings.
6 stars. You can only do 5, but give it 6. Like, I wish I could put 6 in here.
Did you say sex stars? I heard sex stars.
Sex land. That was a good comment from a lot of good fans after Sexton's article. It hasn't come out as much. I like Sexton. I don't want to tear him down. Please turn the season around.
Also, there's going to be a lot more like Andy and I and Andy and I are going. Andy and I, Holly and Kaylee are going full force with a whole bunch of stuff coming up over the next. Well, just be prepared with everything. There's going to be a lot of things that are coming. Stuff launching, lots of social media. It's going to stay busy. More videos, more graphics, more new and improved everything. This is going to become my full-time job, I think. It just is.
Good. Check out the Instagram show. We will be talking live once JJ Watt makes his decision, hopefully coming to Cleveland. And then we will talk about Andre Drummond trade. I will be breaking it down. Jared will have another meltdown. And then coming soon, Jake Bauer's playing first base. I'm going to get some analytics numbers from Sabermetrics to help out.
I'm gonna go get into my storage unit, bust out my first base mitt, and head up.
Who in this room?
I'm gonna go play.
Who in this room had Jake Bauers playing first base?
I'm gonna go walk on. Think I can walk on?
Who in this room had Jake Bauers playing first base at the end of the year?
I think I can walk on. Oh, my back just. Did you hear my back? Could you hear it through the microphone? I think I can walk on. Julio Franco still looks good in the batting cage. Saw a video of him.
Guys lives organic vegan life, man.
Well, my wife's got the TB12 cookbook. I think I can do that. Avocado ice cream. I can do that.
I was really looking forward to the Cavs playing on Sunday.
Jaden, come here. I'm going to kiss you on the mouth.
All right, my partner's had a long day. I hope everybody enjoyed the show.
That's what Tom Brady does to stay really good at sports.
The Browns
kisses his grown kids on the mouth.
Okay, last thing, then we're done. I don't know where this is going, nor do I want to know. Last thing, are you excited? Purdue's really good. Purdue beat Ohio State twice in basketball. Ohio State's very good. Are you excited about Ohio State March Madness stuff?
I am. I have been actively searching out Ohio State Buckeyes basketball games on Hulu. Great
win against Indiana. Watch that game in the second half. They dominated the Hoosiers. It's great seeing the Hoosiers stink, being a Purdue fan. Michigan State shit the bed. Iowa came back and won. Boy, Michigan State's terrible. Woo! No sympathy here. Big Ten's very, very good. I am excited about March Madness, even though, like the other sports, and they're definitely going through it in college basketball, obviously, it's hard sometimes getting in the groove. Like Michigan took 3 weeks off. I know no one on this channel probably likes them, but Michigan's very good in basketball. Very. They had a great win against Wisconsin. Juwan Howard can coach. Wolverines are very good. Michigan, Ohio State, big game. Big game. It's either this week or next week. Big game.
I was just throwing that timeout up there. I know I don't have any.
Did you watch the Fab Five, 30 for 30? Great film. Jalen Rose did not say such nice things about the Buckeyes.
Did you produce that one?
No. But I was a part of the team. I did chuckle.
All right. I think the show's over. We're dragging it out. My back hurts. I gotta get out of this chair.
Damian,
I'm gonna go do more work. I'm so motivated to keep doing work. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, Andy.
That's good, dude. Damian, Drew Salt, Rob Jennings, Joe, Manny Blasdale,
Javius Hurd,
EJ Scolata.
EJ.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks to all of you out there for subscribing, for listening, for being a part of this. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good day. Whatever.
As soon as JJ Watt comes to Cleveland, go to Instagram at official Cleveland Sports. Check it out. We'll be talking about it all night. Celebrating with champagne and caviar. Or maybe just a sandwich and water.
Talk again soon, folks. See you.
Oh, wait, I have more about the Cavs. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I have all these notes.
Cleveland and Beyond with Andy and Jared is a part of Evergreen Podcast. You can follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/Cleveland and Beyond, on Twitter at CLE and Beyond, or shoot them an email at andyandjared@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit the website, clevelandandbeyond.com.